Welcome back. Let's get into it immediately. The fight's now over. The sewer is totally calm again. KK sweeps the space, looking for any clues that may be left behind. I looked up Kigare, and that's just a term for defilement, uncleanliness and such, usually used in Shinto, or in Shintoism. So, so it's especially used in religious terms. Anyways, back to it. Why would a pack of monsters manifest their evil here? But then he sees it, affixed to one wall of the tunnel. A wooden tag, sometimes called a kifuda. This must be what summoned those things. KK reaches out to take the kifuda down, but as his fingertips approach it, Rinko? God damn it, Rinko! Erika! KK feels a big, quick thump through his body. When he looks down, he sees someone else's arm stabbing through his chest. It's horrifying. Black smoke rushes out of his body. Looking back up, KK sees a man wearing a Hania mask. You're... As KK comes to, he realizes that he is in the tunnel once again. No, still. What? Okay. He looks at his chest. It's totally fine. No gaping hole. Not even a scratch. Sweating, breathing heavy, his mind races. It was a horrible dream, maybe a vision. He grips the kifuda in his hand. I won't let him get away with this. So hard that it smashes into pieces. At that moment, KK realizes he's not actually alone. Distracted by his fury, he had missed the approach of someone new. Who's there? Surprised, he spins to face this entity, but before he can raise his other hand... Ah! KK emerges from the tunnel to find Ryota waiting with the rest of the team. You fool! You run into a wall of Kigare and your instinct is to walk deeper into it? When you know we're on our way to help. Listen, No, you listen. I'm not done yelling at you, your stupid ass, for making me worry about you. Okay, but... All of our instruments at the HQ started going wide. We broke basically every traffic law in Tokyo twice to get here as quick as possible. And then we find an open sewer entrance. Little Ryota peering down into this dirty tunnel, clearly considering climbing down there despite her best efforts to cover for you and keep him busy. Sure, except... So we take a look for ourselves. It's corruption in all directions. The whole place almost absolutely soaking in spirit residue. It's like they're amassing an army beneath our feet. And you go sniffing around alone? It's not... Maybe let her finish. First of all, you arrive stinking but unscathed, having been gone just long enough to have me convinced that you were really hurt down there. That I would never see you alive again. The problem with disappearing into a dangerous sewer all alone is that the longer you're gone, after Rinko has asked you to be cautious, the more time she has to consider the things she'll shout at you when you return. The things we've been through together. When you're in danger, it's as if I can feel it, deep down, but there's nothing I can do. What if you had died? The thought of being haunted by you, of all people, I almost climbed down there to kill you myself. I'm sorry. I should have waited. Don't you dare be nice to me right now. I need to calm down. I value your French. I value your friendship and support. I didn't hear that. Safely above ground, reunited with his team, KK turns his attention to the original source of all of this drama, his young client, Ryota. You were never going to tell me, were you? Sasuke isn't your best friend, he's your dog. He's my dog and my best friend. KK steps back, nervously as Sasuke tries to jump into his lap, tail wagging. He did it really good to carry the dog up, up for the ladder. Oh, calm down. He just wants to be pet. Jeez, who'd have thought that such a tough as name's former detective would have such a strong phobia around dogs? Don't have to broadcast it, alright? Don't be scared. Sasuke loves everyone. Maybe he should draw the line at loving monsters and following them into the sewer. Ryota hugs his dog and gets a face full of licks in response. KK relaxes slightly, seeing how harmless this little dog is, but still keeps some distance. Thank you so much for bringing him home safely, Mr. KK. Mr. KK? What an adorable alias. When exactly did you start going by this new short name, KK? I suppose it has a fun ring to it, not quite so formal as your full name, Q. Before we get too sidetracked, as the lead investigator on this one, you've got some paperwork to do, KK. Not sure what's worse, fighting monsters or finding out all these damn forms. It's obvious that you prefer the fighting to paperwork. KK scribbles out a few quick lines, only Ed can read them. Hey kid, this is for you. Oh, is it a prize for helping you find that ghost? Almost. It's the bill. Ryota's face sinks as he is left holding the check. Lucky for you, today's work is pro bono. That means free. Consider this your receipt. I am feeling generous right now. Ryota looks closely at the paper in his hand. It says, "The case of the cursed manhole extermination complete, KK." Leaning in over his shoulder, Rinko lets out an uncharacteristically loud burst of laughter. Oh, now I get it. You didn't choose the nickname KK. Sloppy paperwork chose it for you. There's a lot in this life that we don't get to choose. Call me what you like, not like I've got any use for a real name these days. And definitely not one of my old names. It doesn't matter what anyone calls me, so long as I find that bastard. KK's gaze looks fierce, as though he's recalling a bitter past. Reflected in his eyes is Ryota, who looks pleased to have received KK's autograph. KK's expression softens up in response. That said, I guess KK's not so bad. Okay, it was only 10 minutes, but it would still have gone too long for being in one episode. As already said, this is a prelude to the Ghostwire Tokyo game. I actually going to play that game as soon as it's released. And I hope... I don't really know when this episode will be uploaded. I haven't picked a date yet. Wait, there it is. But it will... be pretty soon. I see. The game, the full game is released the 25th. Now on Friday, so I'm recording this on the Monday, so yeah, someday in this week this will go up, and hopefully I will be able to upload the first episode of Ghostwire on Friday. The full game isn't a visual novel as this one. It's actually a first-person shooter or FPS with some slight horror elements to it, as this one had. We saw some of the creatures we saw are enemies in that game. But it also got some feelings of some. I would want to call it cyberpunk feelings. Can't really explain it, but yeah. We're going to run around Tokyo and exorcising ghosts and trying to stop the invasion of all these spirits attacking Tokyo. And I'm guessing, that you play as KK. And these characters that we now saw in this one is characters that will be in that game. Sad enough, this may be the last game that Bethesda and Tango Gameworks, or whatever their name is, will be releasing on PlayStation, since Microsoft bought the Bethesda company, and Bethesda owns Tango Gameworks. So, and it's sad because I like what Tango Games are doing with what's it called, Evil Within games. Especially the first one is my absolute favorite. I wasn't a super fan of the second one, but maybe we'll play the second one on the channel sometimes in the future. But what else can I say? Yeah, it's going to be interesting because I like. I don't know his name. Totally forgot his name. The guy who created or made, directed Even Within. I like his work. Because what is it? He worked with Resident Evil. I think he worked with the first one. He made Resident Evil 4. He made so many games that I like, and especially then Evil Within. And this will be his first new IP in a long time. And I don't know. I'm also like, I mostly prefer when they do new things like this, but it's also fun when they do series. Like I love the Resident Evil series. I'm looking forward to the 9th game in the series. I love Star Wars. Love to see what they do with Star Wars. But I also love when it comes new things, like how what's his first name? Miyazaki with no, I also forgot the company he works for. I'm not talking about the Studio Ghibli Miyazaki. It's the one who made Elden Ring and Dark Souls and such. Like he seems to prefer to make new IPs same type of games but new games all the time instead of trying to do a series. And I like that. Like, sure, I would want a new Bloodborne, but at the same time, why not let him do what he wants to do? Because if he's passionate about the project, I think it's going to be a better product. If he feels like he must do it, I get the feeling I'm guessing it would be a high chance that it would actually just suck. So, anyways. But about this game, or this story, wasn't anything super special. It's just a free prelude. They just going giving us a little hints of the story and such, showing off that we have this person who I guess is a human who has powers, who for some reason wants to summon monsters into our world, and then we have KK and his team who fights against this guy, and that they all have some sort of connection or past history with him. So it was a free thing. It's nothing special. It's not in the same way as PT or something, but it's more than nothing. So I can take it. And, like, you can speed up there. Oh, sorry. I didn't really want to cut the credits, but no, when I accidentally did it, let's stop here. Because, yeah, I think I said what I want to say, and I hope you had fun, and I hope you will have fun with me playing Ghostwire Tokyo when it's released. And no, I didn't pay for the deluxe version, so I could play it 3 days earlier. I'm not going to throw away that money for it. Fuck that. I can wait a few days. So, anyways, thank you for watching. Hope I will see you next time. I said, bye bye.